Hello, everyone. It's Tolu and I once again. So, we came today to just really do a wonderful recap of where we are with the Black Business Live podcast, give you all some feedback and some reflections on why we started the podcast and how we've gone so far, like where we are today. So, we're just going to have a very conversation that is very casual and get you all caught up. Yeah.
Indeed. And, it's been such an interesting journey getting to this point. I remember about a year ago when we started talking about this, and we were like, oh, yeah, we're just going to do a quick pilot and see what it's going to be like. And then we'll take it from there. But, a couple of episodes in, we're like, oh, my God, this minimum viable product is working. So we thought we'd sit together and
Yes.
chat about that, right?
Yes. We've been going on such a roll,
Uh-huh.
right? That we didn't take time to stop and just interview the two of us and have a conversation and say, okay, what do we do next, right? So you're right. We started planning this a year ago, thinking about how we could bring Black businesses together and share information on how to scale, where to get funding, some of the challenges that a lot of businesses are facing, especially in this economic, climate that we're in. COVID has been still the effects of COVID, right? And supply chain has been worldwide a factor for many businesses. So Tolu and I thought that we would put together this type of content and bring CEOs and entrepreneurs and authors and artists and anyone that is in the space of scaling their business together and share resources and be part of a full community where we can utilize one another's resources across the seas. Part of that was also being a global network, right? Tolu being from the UK, and I'm here, grew up here in the United States. We wanted to ensure that the Black piece was incorporating all of the people in the diaspora, right?
Absolutely.
And so Black Business Live podcast just came together and it has been what a roller coaster, right?
It has been. And as Belva said, we were very intentional about that Black in there because, one of the things I personally realized is that the Black business owner faces multiple challenges, but many of them are similar all across the world. So I came from the UK, but I'm Nigerian by birth. And I've also had the chance to live in other parts of the world as well. And I realized it's the same challenge, the same problem. And that's why I originally set up All Things Black and Beautiful, but also with intent to be able to bridge the gap between those who have, achieved certain heights, but those who are also developing and growing as well. So, one thing that really underpins what we do is that representation brings aspiration.
Right.
So if you see somebody like yourself who has attained a certain level of success, you would also see, yeah, I can do that too. I see myself in this story. I can also achieve that. And that drives the types of speakers that we bring onto the platform. So we're really intentional about the speakers who can give back, who are at that place in their journey that they want to give back and they want to pour back into our community as well.
Absolutely. And speaking of pouring into the community, Tolu has poured into me. So it has been, this is a representation of our relationship and how we've grown, right? So Be the Brand Network was part of a masterclass that was hosted by Prosperity Bank. And Tolu at the time was a mentor, one of the mentors in the group. And I was paired with Tolu. And you've helped us create this, Black Business Live podcast, but also helped me to scale and to ensure that Be the Brand Network is a viable product as well. So your expertise and the coming together of your strategic planning and then my more creative side. It has been a great blend, right? And so now we built this baby together, which is the Black Business Live podcast. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. And we've had some incredible speakers. So remember when we had Dr. Cheryl here, here in the studio? That was electric, wasn't it?
It was very much so. I'm still tingling every single time we say Dr. Cheryl, or I go back and I see some of the clips. I just get all of these emotions all over again. So many gems, so many she's just an inspiring person as it is, but the way that she shares her information and the way that she connects with the audience, just phenomenal. And so one of the things that I really love about Black Business Live podcast and what we're doing here is the live piece. We say oftentimes on our social media, we're more than a podcast. And we really are. It's the live interaction piece that brings people into the room, right? So you'll be able to purchase tickets, come in the room, and meet behind the scenes the actual guests that we have on the show. Oftentimes business owners are looking for networking opportunities or how to get in front of the exact person that could help you move your business forward. And so having that interaction, that live piece, I think is really what takes us up a notch and gives us the impact that we're really looking for.
Yeah. And in addition to that, also the fact that we have a community that underpins this. So we've got the Black Business Network where community members can also share questions. They can further their experience in studio with interactions, Q&As, matchmaking, and we help to facilitate that as well. So you also have opportunities not just in the studio, but to send your questions in advance. And we cannot wait to reveal our speakers, the next set of speakers. We've got 4 amazing speakers lined up. We'll be sharing more on that in the next couple of weeks.
Absolutely. And I'm more than excited about that. We don't want to give it all away because then, we like the element of surprise.
Yes,
so we'll keep
do.
that. We'll keep that to ourselves. We
kind of shared a little bit too, but that's okay anyway, because you need to have that element of suspense as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The other part that we also love about the Black Business Live podcast is the community work, right? So we are spotlighting, if you're part of the Black Business Network, you have an opportunity to be spotlighted, and Tolu and I will come out to your location, do sizzle reels with you, do tours of your physical location, and talk about your products and services. I love that piece as well because it also gives us an opportunity to be live on the set and out in the community, moving and shaking with folks that are, bringing products and services that we all need.
Yeah, and it's not just a product-based business. You may not even have a brick and mortar store, but you may have a service, and we can even capture you on site doing your thing. So if you wanted us to come over and look at that, if you wanted us to come and and take part of your event or conference, we have special services that we provide as well. Belva, do you want to tell the audience a little bit more about our legacy hosts offering?
Yes, I love the legacy hosts. We are prepared to be famous, y'all, really.
We're getting famous with you.
Yes, absolutely. So the legacy host is an opportunity for Tolu and I and our team actually to come out to your location. And if you're hosting an event, a conference, and you would like for us to engage with your audience, think of it more like red carpet-esque, right? And so we'll be there doing interviews with some of your guests, capturing behind the scenes, what's happening, reactions from the crowd. We are your really Instagrammable folks. We're the folks that are running your Instagram for you live. It could be Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, whatever channel you have and you want us to promote for you. We have the opportunity to come out and record that information for you or go live with you with your equipment. And so that's pretty exciting because that's something that's different. Oftentimes, I know from our experience, we host events all the time and no one's running our social media while it's happening, right?
Yeah.
So we saw that this was an opportunity that we could be in the room. Oftentimes we're invited anyway. So why not have us come out and intentionally create social memories for you right at the moment, right?
Yeah, and we're just we're privileged, let's put it that way. We're thrilled and we are humbled that in October we have a couple of businesses that will be doing that for. And also let's just talk about the community in general, and the some of our members who've joined, and particularly the work we're doing with up and coming innovators. So one of the things that has humbled me is the interest from the community to participate with us. So we have interns working with us. We're potentially looking at partnerships with universities as well. And we've got a couple of, of people up and coming, people in across different fields. And, for me, that has been quite humbling, because you see people who are hungry and wanting to be part of something that is bigger than yourself. And this podcast almost feels like that. And it helps me to remember the work that is being done by the U.S. Black Chamber of Commerce,
Yes.
right? Because we do, I don't know if you've seen it in the news, but the USBC recently purchased the BET campus, the old BET campus, and now they're creating this hub for innovation, for media, for representation, for advocacy in Washington, D.C. And when I looked at that news and I saw all the fundraising efforts going into it, I'm like, well, that's kind of like a mini Black Business Live too, right?
Exactly.
That's kind of what we're trying to do, because we are also harboring the young minds, the creatives, those who are passionate about contributing to what the future is. And in the future, hopefully we can have our own innovation center where we can have our own, avenue to train and build this members of the community as well. So there is an element of what we do that is truly focused on helping and developing others as well.
Absolutely. I always say that content is key, right? Because where we are in this digital age, creating content, recording content, utilizing content, posting your content is just opportunities that can be monetized, right? And so oftentimes people are missing, when I say people, I mean businesses are literally missing those opportunities to create content. And Black Business Live is a place where we can help you create your content. We can also help you create strategies on where that content should live forever. And eventually, as Tolu said, we see opportunities to have our own channels, right? Have our own media capturing facilities, right? Or as well as being able to post those pieces of content and allowing them to live forever on our own particular network.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of space of opportunity for us to grow, which I love that, right? Impact for me is really important. I always say to myself, what impact are you making, Belva? Who are you encouraging? Who are you inspiring and motivating to grow and excel and present themselves in a way where their information is consumable? And so this platform and the relationship that we've built together through the Black Business Network and the partnership that we've come together in, it's growing beyond.
It's spread out
every day, right? It's like, we have a new idea or a new opportunity to really scale. And so it's about us also being strategic and understanding where we want to go and what's in alignment with God's purpose for us and for us in this time frame.
Yeah, absolutely. But at the end of it all, we are about representation. We are about the stories that build and are not put down. Right. And we're about community, building community, helping the business owners get the insights and the information they need to take the next step forward, and helping the young up and coming creatives to find the space to express themselves in a way where they do not feel restricted, but they can actually contribute to the wider success as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We have our work ahead of us.
The work is cut out. It's a mission.
It is.
Mission. And I also want to just divert a little bit and talk about some of the resources that we've had access to. I think a couple of our speakers have recently been through the Goldman Sachs 10KSB program, right?
Yes.
Felicia Wright, one of the community spotlights, mentioned that as well. That's the Black in Business one. And then our last speaker, Dr. Cheryl, was also an alumnus. And I think a couple more speakers are coming. So let's let's talk about the resources. You mentioned the Prosperity Bank Business Masterclass.
Yes.
That is regional, so they have programs in Dallas, in Oklahoma, Fort Worth, in Houston as well. And then there's plenty more, right?
Well, you mentioned the USBC, NABO. You have to mention NABO.
NABO because the program, the masterclass program, was with Prosperity Bank, but NABO was one of the partners.
Yeah.
So, and at the time, I was the outgoing president of the Dallas Fort Worth chapter, and so our NABO community is also a huge resource, and offering lots of mentorship and programming for business owners as well.
And that's how we met.
That's how we met.
So we have to give them a spotlight.
Oh, yeah.
We have partnership, or we have access to Forbes Black.
Yes,
BLK.
for BLK platform. That's also a huge platform where Black business owners can showcase themselves, spotlight themselves.
You mentioned USBC.
The U.S. Black Chamber of Commerce. That's the Chamber of Commerce of Chambers.
Yes.
Oh, no, I have much respect for USBC. Honestly, they've been a huge blessing to my life, just in terms of the resources and the access that is provided through the chamber as well.
Well, we should talk about Global Entrepreneur Week.
Global Entrepreneurship Week. So yes, we have our Black Business Bazaar coming up. We'll be sharing more information about that. That's going to be on the 22nd of November, and that's part of the Global Entrepreneurship Week. We're grateful to be part of the Global Entrepreneurship Network here in North Texas. So that's another resource available as well. So if you're not planning to be there, make sure you find space in your calendar. It's going to be the week before Thanksgiving. I believe it's the 17th of November.
What?
The Global Entrepreneurship Week. Yeah, all the way through. And then we are having an event at the Black Business Bazaar as well.
On 11/22.
11/22. So there's resources everywhere. Sometimes it's pouring out through our ears. I remember Dr. Cheryl also mentioned the Intuit program as well. There's all the Dallas Mavericks program. I'm part of the Women Business Enterprise Council, and they have a plethora of events. Honestly, Felicia said it. If you wanna go faster or go further, actually, go with others. Go, and so our message really to the community is leverage these resources, take advantage of them, where you can, volunteer, be a part of the movement, and where you can't, we really cannot afford the time. Just try to leverage some of the trainings, the resources, and the information that is available in community.
Absolutely. And follow us on our social media platforms. We always share and post resources, grant resources, or just resources, period, that are in the community, whether they are local or regional or national. So continue to follow us, because as those resources come into us, we don't gatekeep them. We help by sharing and posting and giving the information to others so that they can also be tapped in to the network.
Yeah, and our Facebook group is free to join. And in there, every time we hear something, we just pop it into the Facebook group. At the same time, we also have our newsletter where you can receive updates. And if you do want to get more in-depth information or more matchmaking or, mentions, etc., you can explore the Black Business Network subscription. We've got the basic subscription, which gives you first dibs access to vending and networking opportunities, and you also get a business owner feature. Or if you wanted to take that a notch up, you could also sign up to the Black Business Spotlight, where you actually get spotlighted. On our channels, you'll have the opportunity to showcase your products as well. If you wanted to, have an entry door gift or a gift to our speakers, you're welcome to share that as well if you're signed up to the Black Business Spotlight subscription. So there's quite a lot of things we're building, but at the end of the day, sometimes it's not really about the money. It's really about the contribution to the vision.
Absolutely.
And that's why we're meeting. We are sharing this today, is the vision. Why are we doing what we're doing? It's because we see the lack of representation, and we want to make sure that we're able to fill that gap. So see it as being part of our overall mission.
Absolutely. I think we covered it all.
We did, Belva.
Amazing time.
Amazing. Thank you to everyone in our production team. We didn't mention them, but they are phenomenal.
Yes.
So till next time.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.